Okay, so your wine is about to go to bottle, it's in a tank, you're turning up at, say, Tuesday, 3 o'clock to see the bottling experience. But one of the decisions that we would have spoken to you about before that was whether we need to filter your wine to bottle. Assuming it's a red wine, the requirement or the need for filtering is pretty small. Generally, over the years of the wine being in the barrel, the wine has settled and the wine gets racked from barrel to barrel every 3 to 4 months. So the wine's going to be pretty clear. We'll use what we call a bug catcher screen from the bottling tank, which is a fairly coarse screen, just enough to catch anything if it does go through. But basically, Pinot Noir, a lot of Cabernets are bottled without filtration. If there is a need to filter, then we can put it through a filter. But for white wines particularly, if a wine has gone through Malo, there may not be the necessity to filter. You don't need to, because it's gone through a malolactic conversion. It has high sulfur. Assuming the wine is super clean anyway from its normal racking, it can go directly to bottle. If the wine hasn't gone through Malo, for a white wine particularly, not a good management of risk if you were to put it directly into bottle, because as the sulfur level drops down in the bottle, the tiny amounts of malolactic bacteria that are in that bottle can come alive and can create a wine that is quite spritzy and fizzy. It also doesn't smell that well once it's in bottle. So generally, wines that don't go through Malo, we put them through filtration just to make sure that we get rid of all the bugs and the bacteria and any tiny malolactic bacteria particularly, which may still be in the wine. It's a courtesy. The bottling line is sterilised with steam. The filtration unit is sterilised. And we want to make sure that the wine that we're putting into the bottle is put in very, very cleanly. We filter very slowly. And the process of filtration, and this is the filter here, which I'm just standing next to, the process of filtration is one where we very gently push the wine through filter pads, and these are the filter pads that we use. They're actually made of paper, very, very, very expensive and very super clean paper. We pre-treat them. We run a lot of water through them, which uses an acid solution to actually make sure that the paper is super washed. And then we very gently pass wine through them. I've been using plate and frame is what they call the filter, and these filter pads for 25 years. I'm a firm believer in filtration, that if you do it slowly enough, it has absolutely no effect whatsoever on the wine. So by the time we move the wine through these pads, we put it into bottle, you can be assured, particularly if it's a white that hasn't gone through Malo, that we're getting that wine as sterile and as clean as possible going into bottle to minimise any risks for you once the cork's gone in.